we will first of all make this right Racket AI, and then after that we will have multiple scenes. So the thing is, I want to make this. Oh, first of all, let's add sound. I forgot to add sound. So let's get some sounds here. We must have game assets here. This is the sound I download. You can just simply download it somewhere on the internet and go to this ball. So in my camera, I have audio listener. This is like microphone. If you make some sound, it will listen it. For the ball, I need to have some audio source. It will create sound. Create audio source. Audio source. And then it will require the clip, audio clip. This is my clip. I can add a clip. And then play on awake means it will play this when you play the game. I don't want this. So that is okay. And go to ball and get this component and then play the sound when ball hits something. So I can simply say audio source and say audio source. In the start, audio source, then get component of what audio source, which is attached to my ball object, because ball will make some noise. And then before this returning, I think it's better to play the sound, because in any case it will make some sound, regardless it's racket or wall, right? So audio source, then play. It will play the music you assigned, and then play the music, see what's happening here. Can you hear sound? Okay, if you don't like this hit, you can have your mixer. Right click here, you can play with sound. Create here and say audio mixer, call this mixer. Sorry. And then choose, go to ball here, you have mixer things, and choose this master, and that's all. But here you have to do some effect. I already did some effect, I don't remember the value, so I'm going to copy them. Not this one. There's another thing here, maybe this one, yes. I have that value. The pitch value should be 0.5 of the sound. I'm sorry, here. This should be 0.5. And for these master things, I want to add some effect, and this should be, let me check. Attenuation and then low pass. There's a filters. And here I have low pass filters, simple. Okay. Then the value should be something like 906. And what is this 6 here? Resonance, low pass, cutoff frequency, and resonance. Cutoff frequency, this is different, sorry. Here's low pass. Here, I made a mistake. 900, and this should be 6. And I don't want this one. These are effects, and let me play the game, see what's happening. It should make a pong sound. I didn't like it, so you can change it. Give me 9. Much better, right? So now this is like pong game. You can play with sounds. You can change the nature of sound. Okay, this is the thing, not so important. That part, the sound is not included in the exam, of course, but this is for you. So take a look at here. This is so confusing. I have to just arrange the items. Right click here, call folder, make it scripts. And then these, and that one, put them here. And then create, right click, call these sprites. Then 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5. Then this one is much better. Let me give you the checklist, the attendance list. This is game programming. This one. Quick number 4. Can you just post this number week 3? So you can play with sound, and then you can do something else. I want to make the right racket AI, right? It will automatically play. To do this, I have to just simply write a new script. But I don't want to entirely change the things. I don't want to make a totally new script for this. Instead, these are both the racket, right? I can use inheritance here. That will be a racket, but human racket. That will be AI racket. So go to script here, right click here, create, first of all, human racket. Or I can simply duplicate this one, Control D, and then call this human racket, and create one more, create AI racket. Go to first of all the human racket. This will be, by the way, human racket. And I want to use racket instead of this mono behavior, because my racket is already from mono behavior. You see, this is my original racket. But the thing is, I don't want to put anything here, or I want to leave it as is, because I will somehow, this will be inherited by subclasses. And then change this, call this move, simply like this, and then here. And I don't want to implement this method here. The reason is because each racket will implement this method as they need, right? The different implementation will be done here. So make it protected, and then virtual, not virtual, make it abstract, because I don't want to put anything here. So, and this should be abstract class, and I won't be able to create an object from this. This is going to be used for inheritance only. In the human racket, since this is a racket and I already have in this racket class, I don't need access name, because this is not common for both of them. Access name is only for human racket, and score is for both of them. This is going to be inherit later on. So this human racket, I don't need score, I don't need score text anyway. These are all inherited from racket class. This is okay, but that will be for in the move method right here. And I don't need this anymore. Do I need? No, because it's already in this racket class. It's going to be inherited here. So now it's simple but efficient way to write your code. I don't need the start method anyway. And that's all. This is my human racket. For the AI racket, I have to go to the AI racket here. And I don't need this anymore. And this is again a racket. And I have to implement this move method. So we have to set this move method here. So we have to set how the racket will move. So simply, what do you do in real life? When the ball comes to you, you try to match it. You try to just catch it. So you have to go to the direction of the ball. So simply, let's say if the balls go here, you simply go here, right? If the ball comes here, you go here. So the idea is simple. You check the y-axis distance between you and wall. If it's below you, you just go below. If it's up, and you have to go up, right? It's simple. So say if I need ball, then say transform, public transform ball. If ball position y is greater than transform position y, which means if the ball is higher than, the position of y is higher than the racket's position, then what should I do? Racket will go there. So just go here. You can simply copy paste this. It's very simple. And then maybe I can make it 1 and then times by move speed. And this is inherited by racket class. Else, I can do the same. Get component, rigid body 2D, velocity, I'll copy paste, new vector 2, and this time should be -1 times move speed. Right? You understand this one and see what's happening. We changed the code, of course. We had to check if it's working here. No racket anymore because it's an abstract class. You cannot use abstract class. That should be the right one should be AI. The left one should be human, which is we are going to control. So score text is again. Let's just fix this. Score text. This is again vertical 1. Move speed is make it 5. And for racket, make it 5 again. Score text is score this one. And then we need the ball for this because we need to get the position of ball. That's why we get the transform component of the ball. And then play it. Pardon arkadaşlar. Mikserde bir sıkıntı var. Bir şeyler daha eksik. I guess I think okay here left racket is missing. Right racket is missing and left racket is missing. Because when we change any code, all attached code is it will be corrupted. So you cannot use them anymore. But the thing is, let's make this 1 and play the game, see what's happening. The thing is, this is too sensitive. It's very sensitive. I should do something. Maybe I can check, put a threshold for this. If it's close enough, or if it's, then do something. Maybe we can simply get the distance between ball and racket in y-axis, of course. If it's greater than 4 something, then attack it. In that case, I have to just move left and right all the time. This is not a good idea. So float, say distance or say mean distance. Then ball position y minus transform position y. And I don't care about the negative or positive, so just the distance. So I have to make it absolute value. Right? It's matf. What? Absolute value, and then get this difference. So whether it's down or up, this will give a positive value. So if I say if this minimum distance is greater than 4, then attack it, then try to catch the ball, otherwise just stay and then play the game and see what's happening now. Maybe 4 is a big value, but now it's much better. You can play that value, you can make it even smarter, but again, this is introduction. It's a very simple game. Any question here? So you understand the idea. We have Racket, which is the main class. The good thing about this technique is that We didn't do anything in the ball script here. We didn't change them because AI Racket and human Racket, they are eventually Racket. So you don't have to change them. You don't have to any change will not affect your code. So right Racket makes score, left Racket makes score, it just stays still. So no problem with this one. This is useful when you have multiple scenes. For example, in one scene, I want to have human versus human. In the second one, human versus AI. In the third one, AI versus AI. Therefore, this is very important for us. We left it as Racket. So Racket and Racket, but they're actually human Racket and AI Racket. Any questions so far? No? Okay, I'm going to the last step. In that step, we will make a multiple menu here. So how can we make a game menu here? Of course, game menu is a new scene. So right click here, create a new scene called menu or game menu. Just simply say menu. If you double click it, then save it your scene, otherwise everything is just gone. It's going to disappear. So here the menu, I want to create a UI, simply UI and add a panel here. So I don't want to make it stretch, put the center and change the size. Or maybe I can simply say width could be 600 and height could be 500. That will be my menu. And black area, the behind, or let's say background will be black. I don't care about this, it's not so important for now. And then in this panel, I can add a background for this panel. I think I must have some backgrounds here. That is, you can use them. Drag this and drop is here. So now you will have your background, simply. I want to add something in this one and create empty and call this main menu, and the other will be the game menu. But first of all, for the main menu, let's add some buttons, UI and buttons. Go to scene again here, press button. And for this button, I want to call these choose game modes. And one more, Control D. This could be quit game, quit. Let's write the name here. Choose game mode. For this text one, I can say quit. Okay, I know that you may think that you don't like these styles. I can make it more robotic or something different. We have to access font in our PC. Go to PC and then say Windows, then fonts, press F, fonts. You can choose any kinds of font you want. Maybe well, this looks good. This is also good. I want to choose this one, drag and drop in Unity here in Assets folder. So now I have this one. Go to choose these two texts and then drag and drop instead of Arial. Now you will have, make it 20, much better than the other. You can change when you press button things. For example, I want to change, if it's highlight, make it colored red, and play the game and see what's happening. If I just highlight it, it will be red, something like this, and this one. So this is good. And now we can create one more. This is main menu. I will create one more. Control D here, and then disable the first one. That will be my game mode menu. Second menu, another menu. In this game mode menu, I want to say human vs human. I don't need this one. Control D, which is like this, and Control D. The other one, this one. So I want to change their text. This will be human vs human, and the second one will be human versus AI, and say human vs AI, and then finally AI vs AI. We can just simply this. You can change your button styles, but for now this is totally fine. They're all same, right? Red, okay. And then I think we all have. You can just move it with center if you want. Now it's much better. Okay, the thing is, we have to assign game modes, scenes to them, these buttons. How can we do that? To do this, we have to first of all have scene manager. We can create a new, let's call it UI, and create empty, call this scene manager. Simply, or you can add your code here, whatever you want. But for me, this is much simpler. Or maybe you can add your code here, whatever you want. Call this scene manager. Scene manager is already done by Unity. Maybe you can call this menu manager. This is not a good idea. Scene manager zaten Unity tarafından kullanılan bir class tip olduğu için sıkıntı oluşturabilir. Menu manager. And call this menu manager. That will be simple code here. Just it is going to use Unity's own things. And then say public void load, and then I want to give the index of scene, and we are going to have a library called Unity Engine Scene Management, and say scene manager dot load scene. This is provided by Unity, and then give the index that will let us to load things. I think I can have one more. Public void quit game. And this is going to be useful when you play your game in PC or smartphone. Say application dot quit. Now we have to assign this method to buttons. When you click the buttons, this method must be called. How can we do that? We have onClick method. That will be very simple here. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And have onClick method and drag and drop this menu manager here. Then go to here and the menu manager, then say load. And for each one I want to give an ID. 0, 1. Well, this ID is actually simply build setting. You're going to have things here. Go to scene. I don't have scene. I have to create scenes later on. But first of all, let's give them name 0, 1, and 2. So that's all about this. But I don't want to create first of all, but create Control D one more. This is for back button. Call it back or return. So this back will have no onClick for now. Later on, just delete them. Cannot delete them, just delete them here. So and then activate this main menu and disactivate this game menu, this one. So this will be my standard view. Put it center here. So what's going to happen now? If I press choose game menu, this main menu will disappear and next one will appear. So how can we do that? Simply we have to go to press this button and say on click. Simply choose this next menu and then say game object and activate and true. So it will activate it. And plus we are going to say that please deactivate this one, the current one, and then go to game object, say false, and this is false, and then play the game, see what's happening. Now you see it's working, but this is not working. We haven't assigned it yet. So, and then for this back menu, I want to deactivate for now, sorry, the entire main menu. Go to this game mode menu and choose this back, and again attach this one plus attach the other menu. Maybe you can put it. Okay, for this one I have to set activate false, so it will disappear, and for the main menu it should activate it, and this will be true when I press this back button. And then let's make it as usual before and activate this one, because this will be our main menu, and see what's happening. Game back, game mode back is working, and quit is going to quit the game. So how can we assign this quit game? It is again possible. Go to this menu manager and choose menu manager here, then say quit game. It is going to quit game. It's going to call that code, so it is the application that quit. So we don't have the other scenes. We don't have like human versus human, human versus AI, and AI versus AI. Let's create them. Simply, I want to copy this scene, that one, but change something. That is, I think, human versus AI, right? The last game we made is human versus AI, right? En son yaptığım sahnede ne oluyor? İnsan bilgisayara karşı oynuyor, doğru mu? Öyleydi. Okay, then call it like this. Then Control D and call this human vs human. The other one is Control D, AI vs AI. Okay, go to here, File, and then Build Setting, and choose them all. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So it is going to give you an index. So without adding this scene in build setting, it will never run your scenes. Bunları buraya eklemeniz gerekiyor. So the first of all, let's call this up. It's totally up to you. I want to make it first 0, and then human versus AI second one, and AI versus AI number 2, and then menu is number 3. So let's first of all fix them. Human versus human, and go to this right. This is AI, so I have to remove it and make it AI, human, sorry. For the human racket, let's put this arkadaşlar bir saniye, right human, left the human, değil mi? Tamam. So let's go to the right racket and then choose this score and move speed. Let's make it 5 again, and this is vertical, make it 2. Yes, and I think this is done. For the ball, we have to put the right racket. I think this is done. Let's now go to this last one, AI versus AI, and then right racket was AI and left racket it should be AI. Let's simply copy component, and then go to left and then remove this one, then add component as new, Can I do that? Control V is not going to work. Pass component as new. Okay, I add it here. But score must be different. This is for left racket. Okay. Then for the right racket, it's right racket. This is okay. And then ball is okay. And then for the ball one, left racket is missing. Let's add them. Now it's done. We fixed all of them. Again, go to this menu, and menu manager here, UI and panel, and the main menu here. 0 for what? For human versus human. 1 for human versus AI, and 2 for AI versus AI. This is scene index. If I press this one, it is going to load scenes. Let's see what's happening. Choose game menu, human versus AI. Okay, play the game again. Choose game mode and then AI versus AI. It's stacked, so because it starts at somewhere different. And say choose game menu, and this time let's make it human versus human. So you see now it's working. So you understand the idea. Please go home and try to write them by yourself.